Yeah, and you're watching Bay Area Sports Wrap with sports announcer Gavin Newsom.
We're joined by head coach Ian Russell after today's 1-0 win over Chicago Fire FC. I'll start first with questions, live questions. First one from Abram.
Hi, Coach. Congratulations on the win. So there was a lot of questions today among the fans about the formation because it's a little bit different from what we've seen before. So how would you describe the way you guys lined up today? Was it 3 in the back, 5 in the back? You know, and you know, if you could just describe it in your words.
Yeah, I would say it's kind of a hybrid, but five in the back. We always would have a back 4. I'll put it that way. So just a way we could still get good pressure with without conceding space in behind and making us vulnerable. We've been conceding a lot of goals, so we had to change something. So that was the reason for the formation change.
Good. Mike?
All right, Coach, so when we talked to you in the press conference before the Classico, you really wanted to get that win. But you get this one this week, so is it still as sweet, or what do you feel right now?
Yeah, I mean, we needed to win tonight. The Classico was disappointing. And then our game against St. Louis, I thought we were pretty flat coming out. So I thought we were on the front foot all night, deserved the win, and just really happy with how our players responded and got after it.
On Hernan's goal, obviously you guys drew it up in your own end. Can you kind of take us through tactically what you saw in that sequence?
Yeah, I'll say at halftime, I actually told him, hey, you need to run him behind more. He's always coming to feet, coming to the ball. And, Christian got the ball, and he makes a good run. Vitor made a run as well. And, great ball by Christian. Played him through and takes a touch and finishes it. But just shows his class. He's obviously he's done really well since he's come here, and expect more of those goals from him.
Coach, when you see the goal that they score, get overturned for the offsides, did you at that point feel like the soccer gods were fond smiling on this team and to get a win and find snap that was extreme?
Yeah, it was one of those where we've had a lot of those close ones kind of go the other way. So in that moment, it was a relief that happened because, again, we've had some calls that have been tight that just, the one in Portland when the handball one. So that felt good, and I think it gave the players a little relief, and then we were able to make some changes after that to kind of slow them down a bit.
Kevin?
Hey, Ian, a couple days ago you talked about the attributes of Carlos Correa that you missed in the team. Can you talk about what the conversations were like, him coming back off of Ecuador this week, and how did you think he did today?
I thought he was excellent. I think you see that we missed him. Nico and Jackson have done a really good job in there, but Carlos gives us a little of that bite defensively. And, he just came off a disappointing loss in Copa America where he played 80 minutes. But, he went the whole game. I didn't even ask. I didn't even look at him. Like, you're playing the whole game. I needed him in there. So, really proud of Carlos.
Right.
So, in the previous 2 games here that under your watch, you were having some up and downs, things not quite going your way. How much do you feel like this game and the little bit in change in the tweaking of the tactics helped you? And when you get in, and then secondarily, when you get into the Leagues Cup in the next couple of weeks, are you going to look at that more of a, hey, we're going to show who we are, or look to just kind of tweak how you're going to be for the rest of the season?
Yeah, I think depending on the opponent, the main object for us was to stop conceding goals. This is the first clean sheet we've had in MLS season. So I really feel, again, I'm super proud of the team. We needed to grind out a game like that, a 1-0 win. It gives us a lot of confidence moving forward. With Leagues Cup, we'll approach that when we get there, but it's a tournament we really want to do well in, obviously. But we just need to build momentum from this game and carry it on to Sporting.
Paul?
Good evening. Let's talk about the first half, building positive moments, inconsistency for the entire game. Also, performance of Carlos Grueso, Rodriguez, William, Hernan Lopez.
Yeah.
And also, I would like to talk about the consistency of the teamwork tonight. It was more a collective effort, right? Thank you.
Yeah, it felt, I don't want to say it felt comfortable because there was moments in that game that were uncomfortable still, but it didn't feel as open. It didn't feel like, every time we lost the ball that we were vulnerable. So that was good. And then the players you mentioned, I thought Rodriguez had a very good game, and Hernan with the goal. Will Yarborough made some really big saves at the end. Not so much general shot blocking, but he came out for some crosses at the end of the game and slowed the game down. And I also want to point out Benji Kokanovic. I thought he was excellent as a wingback. It's not his normal position, but and I thought Jabo up front held the ball for us really well, ran the channel, so I thought those guys did well.
Go to question remotely from Jamin Moore. Jamin?
Hey, Ian, congrats on the win. Congrats on the clean sheet. I know it's a bit of a monkey off the back for you and for the team.
Definitely.
Yeah, I was very interested in the move to the 3-back. You know, obviously they have 2 strikers, and probably that's a tactical decision you needed to make for that. But Benji Kokanovic is a right wing back. I don't think anyone saw that coming, but maybe a man of the match performance for him tonight. What was the inspiration to think that maybe he could do well in that position? I know you had some time with him at Reno.
Yeah.
Is this something you've seen from him somewhere before?
You know, I mainly played him up front in Reno, but with his physical attributes, he can run all day, very good in attack, and the thing that's changed from Reno, I think he's a very good defender now. Defends the back post well, attacks well. He should have had a goal tonight. I actually think maybe that could be one of his better positions. So I'm extremely happy with Benji tonight.
Your follow-up, Jamin?
Yeah, getting Carlos Carrezo back too, it felt like it gave you some options to be able to kind of prevent the simple balls through the middle, and he seemed to get out well to defenders in the area. Maybe talk about what kind of shift you were able to make with getting Carlos back tonight, how that kind of influenced your tactical setup. Thanks.
I think what Carlos brought was he was able to track runners out of midfield. He did that very well, and at times he would pass them on to our center backs. We had an extra center back now, so again, tactically facing their 2 strikers, I think that really helped us. But Carlos did just a great job of denying central passes, being tight, was good on the ball. So just excellent game from Carlos.
Go back to live questions. Last 2 ones, Abram and then Paula.
Hi, Coach. I wanted to ask you. You mentioned Benji as one of the stand-up players tonight. I wanted to ask, what are your favorite attributes about Benji, and what about him makes you feel confident in playing him as a right wing back or right mid, as opposed to his usual position up front? Yeah,
with Benji, attributes, just physically very fast, but can sprint over and over. He's not a guy that can sprint. He needs 5 minutes to recover. He can sprint multiple times. Very good in the air. Works extremely hard, and like I said, his defending has gotten a lot better over the last few years. So I think that he's got a really high ceiling. He's still young, so just really excited. And he's a guy that never complains. He just does his business. He works. He'll do anything for the team.
Last question, Paul.
You were talking in the last press conference that you haven't had enough time to implement tactics. After tonight's game, what would you like to change and what would you like to keep?
Good question. This will be the first week, aside from right before the Clasico. The first week of that was just about trying to, high press more, get more pressure on the ball. There wasn't a ton of tactics before that game. At least now, I have a good week. I've had 3 weeks with the team, so I think you're going to see a few little tweaks in the formation in terms of what we did tonight. Maybe not tweaks, but we'll look at Kansas City, but there may be a few changes, and I just think there's little things we could do better.
Hi, everybody. This is Joe Starkey, longtime voice of Cal football and the San Francisco 49ers for about half a century working those 2 teams. For Bay Area Sports Wrap, I'm saying hello, and give us a like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.